Okay, so a solution for this would be to make some T-charts, and let's set them up right now. Now I'm going to use these T-charts because both of those equations are in standard form. So here we're going to put a 0 there and a 0 there. That'll be for this first equation right there. So if x is 0, we get a negative y equals 5. So we divide both sides by a negative 1, and this will be a negative 5. Now if y is 0, here's where it's a little tricky. Remember, that's just a plus there. So if y is 0, this is going to be 5/4. Now that might be a little hard to graph, but we'll see. And I'm going to write these down somewhere too, so I'm going to have to erase this eventually to put the answers in. Now 5/4 is like 1 1/4. And for this one, we have here, if this is 0 and this is 0, in fact, let's change colors, and this will be this equation here. Now, if x is 0, y is going to be a negative 1/2, or a negative 0.5, if that's easier for you to work with. And then if y is 0, x is a negative 1. So if y is 0 here, x is negative 1. Now, to plot these, and of course you have to use this graph, but I'll show you the procedure. Now what we do is we plot this first line, which I'm going to use blue for. So 0, negative 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We put a dot right there. And then we have 1 1/4. So there is 1 and there is 2. So 1 1/4 is just about there. So I take my line now, and I'm going to go from here up like so. And that's what you would be doing there, making it big, of course. And then you take your other, I'm going to change colors here, and this is red. Now we have x is a 0, y is a negative 1/2, which is going to be right there. 1/2. And x is a negative 1. So we go over here to a negative 1, and there's my point right there. So I take my red line now, and I go right here. Now, where does it intersect? That's the thing. It's going to intersect right there. And what is the point? Well, we're going to get this here, and it looks to me like it's over 1 and over 1, down 1. So 1, negative 1, that looks pretty good, by the way. I believe that is your answer. But you solve it, again, by using some technique to develop 2 points so you can draw the line, and then where it intersects. Now I'm going to clear this and see if I can then do it using this graph here, remembering those same points. So I'm going to make that big, and I'm going to make it bigger still and bigger still. Ooh, that is really big. In fact, that's too big. I lost my medium. Okay, so there's my line. And I said my first point was -5. So -5. And then it was 1 1/4. This is a little bit hard here. Let's see here. That looks like 1 1/2. That's not quite it, but let's see if I can just move it over to about 1 1/4 here. Yeah, that looks good there. See, I couldn't get a fourth there very well, so let's try that. And the other one was 1/2 and a -1. So I go for my other line here. -1 and about 1/2 there. So notice I couldn't click here on 1/2, but I went down in there somewhere so I could get approximately 1/2, and then I clicked on that spot. And I'm going to save it, and let's see if it will be the right answer. Be sure you have graphed the equation of the system correctly. Again, I didn't quite graph the points there, but let's go on anyway. And check answer. Here's my final check. And you'll notice, again, my lines are, my point is correct. This is correct. This line was off a little bit. Again, I probably should have had it on a better spot here, but that's okay. I had the right point. So these are a little tough to do here. So we said our ordered pair was parenthesis. We had a 1 there, comma, and a -1. Parenthesis. Oh, how did I get a 4 in there? Let me see here. Okay, let's check this here. And I got that. So I had the right point. Again, when you're not being able to do fractions, so you might have had to use another method to graph that. And instead of using the X and Y intercept t-chart, it might have been better for you to put it in slope-intercept form, which would have been, to show you that way here, question, this one here, it's going to be Y, which is I just transposed by Y, and then it's 4x and a -5. So we had my y-intercept right at -5. We wanted to go over 1 and then up 4, and that would have clicked it right there. So that would have been another way to do it. So I had gone up here too far. I didn't quite get it. Okay, so that's another way, and that's it. So we'll wrap this up.